What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Joey Nitro RC with me, Joey Nitro. So I had some very good plans for this morning. Was going to take this out and test all the new stuff that I put on it for the first time. But unfortunately, as you can see, the rain is coming down. This is typical British weather. I wouldn't call this fall, because fall means the leaves are coming down. This is more fell, which sort of sticks in the middle between fall and winter. This is already fell. Okay, anyway, let's go through the truck. I'll show you what's on here, and hopefully if this drizzle stops, we'll go out, give it a quick rip, test the new pipe, test the new linkage. And I know where I've come today is a big field, and they've put big mounds of bark, wood chip, and they won't be there for long. But I thought, well, it might be a good opportunity to get the Savage jumping over some of those. Because it's a big grass field, we're going to get covered in mud and grass, and I don't like cleaning RCs, but you know, I'll do it for you guys. Anyway, let's have a look at the truck. We'll go from the front to the back because we know where it is at, and I will talk you through what this truck is all about. So the very front of this truck, from this section here forward, is 100% original. It has original diffs, original plastics, original shocks, so not much to tell about that. I find all of this setup at the front here is perfect. None of it's ever broken, so I would not put aluminium on this truck on purpose. I don't believe in it. I don't think it's a good idea. I spray these plastics with WD-40. Supposedly that makes them soft and supple, and I do it and nothing's broken. So, you know, although the jury's out on that, it seems to be at least working okay. Now, I changed this not long ago. This is now a modified brake and throttle linkage. This is a Fast Tracks one. You have to do a little bit of cutting, a little bit of bending, you have to get new rods, but it's more of a standard buggy type truggy linkage, and I just wanted to do it. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, so I did that. Then coming forward from there, we have a hardened metal spur. We have an HPI, you can't really see it in there, but anyway, it's an HPI hardened vented clutch bell. This underneath here, this carburetor, is a Nova carburetor, Nova Rossi. We have the LRP ZR28, one of my very favorite engines. And then over here we have the RD Logix pipe, one-piece pipe. I found a header, I found a header that will go around the back of these shocks here, because that is the problem. We've put in one-piece pipes on this. The Dynamite one does not fit unless you modify that suspension, but this one does. So this is looks very, very familiar, because it's exactly the same shape as the original X header and 25 header, 21 header. So that fits there lovely. And that, my friends, is about that. This is the truck. It is very good. It is fast. It is powerful, and it's a lot of fun. So guys, unfortunately the rain is just too bad. I did get out. It was very, very wet, cold. So unfortunately, I apologise, but I will not be running the Savage today. I'm going to try and run this in the week and get some footage for you, because I believe that the combination that's on there now are going to have improved it somewhat. But so I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about the Savage, about Nitro as a whole, and about YouTube. First of all, in my comments a lot, I get asked about whether parts are available for the old Savages. They want to get into the Savage, they want to get into Nitro, but they're worried about parts and this, that and the other. And it is true that a lot of Nitros, vintage ones, it is very difficult to get parts. You can usually find them, but it's time and it's looking. But I find that quite enjoyable. If you have a good network of people around you, you're in the forums, that helps massively. Keep checking eBay. So my advice is to do that. With the Savage, it's a lot different. They still sell parts for it. Most of the parts are interchangeable from the 2125 X. The XL being a bigger chassis, a longer chassis and a wider chassis, some of the parts are different because of the size, but they're available, and you can still buy parts for the X, and they will fit on your 25 and on your 21. Engines are still available, a little bit less available, but they're still available. It's not a problem. There's so many Savages that people want to sell as well, that, you know, you can get all your parts just by buying part trucks. And if you want to sell some of those parts as well, you can recoup some of your money. So it's very easy to run a Savage. It's one of the Nitros that you're going to be able to run. There's 3 more coming out, I believe, at the beginning of next year. I'm actually in somewhat of a conversation with HPI trying to get a builder's kit on the channel early, so that will be exciting. So as far as the Savage is concerned, if you want to get one, I would totally recommend it. They're easy enough to find, new or secondhand, and the parts are not a problem. There's so many parts. I would steer clear personally from aluminium parts, but a lot of people get into the hobby and they just like to build the trucks and put them on the shelf and look at them. And while that is not me, I totally understand it. And these trucks, when they're all decked out and shiny, they look lovely. And why not? It's just the same as anything else. I kind of see Nitro a bit like hot rods or classic cars, because that's what you're doing to these trucks. You know, the vintage ones are no longer usually totally original, and you can make them what you want, and it's a great part of the hobby. It's maybe something you wouldn't even consider in the beginning of the hobby, because really you just want to get something, you want to take it out, you want to hear it, you want to see it, you want to jump it, you want to have a lot of fun, and you can do all of that. But you start to really start thinking about what you can do to improve stuff, and you internalize it a lot more. So now I'll talk a little bit about RC as a whole. Obviously my passion is Nitro, but I also really like electric trucks, brushless cars. I have nothing against them. I've owned them, I run them, my son loves them, so you know, I'm always involved in that with him. I just find personally for myself that with electric stuff, you can buy everything and put it on the truck or the car, and it will run well, because, you know, the stuff is pre-manufactured for you. As long as it's not faulty, it's going to work. Whereas with a Nitro, you can buy new stuff for it, but you need to know what you're doing with that stuff, because you can't just plug a Nitro in and play. You have to tune it. You've got to do so many different things to get the best out of your truck. And that's what I love about it, because you're constantly learning, talking to people, and I just really enjoy that. However, on this channel, there's going to be more brushless stuff coming up. I recently did a promotion for Hobby King. They sent me some really nice battery, and the video, it didn't do very well. I wasn't surprised. I'm a Nitro channel, but amazingly, from a very small amount of views that it got, it actually made a lot of revenue for Hobby King, and I got a nice check from them the other day, plus the battery. I was absolutely astounded. I was so astounded that I had to contact Hobby King and say, look, you've sent me this check for this, you know, affiliate that I've got with you, and it seems to me that this is like a lot of money, considering that the video didn't work well. And they sent me some information about discount code Joey N1 that I had at the time, and a lot of people bought stuff. Anyway, the revenue they made was into 4 figures, which is absolutely amazing, and I got 5% of that, so I was really happy. And they have said to me now that if you need anything, ask us, and we will be looking at your channel to do more promotions. And I am definitely going to do those promotions. I had a lot of fun with my son. He really benefited out of it, so why wouldn't I do it? I've got access to helicopters, which I'm going to be putting on the channel, and some other nice brushless stuff, but ostensibly I love my Nitros. And that brings me kind of on to wanting to talk about YouTube. When I first started making videos, they were very poor, and people, friends of mine and family, said, look, don't ever think that you're going to get anything like revenue. And I thought, well, I am going to do the best I can. And there's a rule about anything you do, that if you keep doing it, you are going to get better, and the more you do it, the better you get. And that is exactly what happened to me. I'm now in a position where I've had companies reach out to me asking me to promote stuff for them. And while some of that stuff is not stuff that I will do, some of it is. It's an expensive hobby. I want to promote Nitro as much as possible, but all of this RC stuff, it goes hand in hand. So if I can use other means to push forward my content with Nitro, bring Nitro awareness to people, then I am going to do that 100%. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Maybe some of you disagree. I mean, YouTube is a fickle thing. It's quite disheartening when you make videos, you put time into them, they don't get a lot of views, but it's really one of those things that if you haven't got a lot of revenue and equipment behind you, you just have to keep chipping away at it. I really enjoy it because I get to talk to people in the comments. I always try and do my best to help people when they comment. If you don't believe me, just go and look at the comments. If people ask me questions, I will answer them. Maybe not straight away, but I will message them saying, look, I've read your comment, I'm going to help you. Check back. And I always try and help people out, because my ethos is that I want to help people. I want to promote this hobby. Anything that you learn, you've either read it, which is someone else's knowledge, or someone else has told you, or you've watched stuff. And so if you're in this hobby, this Nitro hobby, and you want other people to enjoy it and be able to do it, you have to share the knowledge you've got. Now, my knowledge is not that big, but I'm very lucky that I have good relationships with a lot of people that know a lot of stuff. And so I can really find out most of the stuff that I need. And once you've started working on a few different types of models, you kind of understand where the mechanics of it is going, where the theory of it is all going, to the point where, you know, you don't really need manuals anymore. And that is the commitment that you would make to this Nitro hobby. It is not a plug and play hobby, and there is nothing wrong with a plug and play hobby. As this hobby for me, Nitro, is just so broad. It entertains me every day in different ways, and it's not always working on a truck. It's not always running a truck. It could be looking for stuff. It could be talking to people. It's just, you know, really all encompassing, and I really enjoy it. I've watched videos from Haggard and I totally agree with him. You know, it's great for kids. Even if you don't use the knowledge that you're learning in the wider world, anything you do that is learning something new is good for your brain. It's good for learning other things, because you understand the commitment and what you need to do to learn these things. So for me, it's a win-win, and that is why I love the Nitro hobby. Anyway, guys, I have rattled and prattled on for long enough. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, then you are a trooper. Anyway, guys, as always, those who know Nitro, and I'll catch you on the next one. Blah, 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 blah.